4x1 plus x2 minus 2x3 plus x4. So the coefficient of second coordinate of x1, x2, x3, x4 is 4, 1, minus 2 and 1. So which is our second row of standard matrix, 4, 1, minus 2 and 1. And similarly we take it third coordinate. What is third coordinate? 5x1 minus x2 plus 4x3. So what is the coefficient of x1, x2, x3, x4? In the third coordinate is 5, minus 1, 4 and 0. So which is our third row. So this standard matrix is 3 cross 4. Why it is 3 cross 4? Because this transformation T from R4 to R3. So that's why the standard matrix in form of 3 cross 4. And this is a linear transformation because all the coordinates in the right side, you see all the coordinates in the right side are linear. Linear means each term has a degree 1. Each term has a degree 1. So that's why it is a linear transformation, and that's why we can define a standard matrix. Otherwise we cannot define a standard matrix. Okay. Now let's see another example. T from R2 to R3, where T of x1, x2 is equal to x1 plus x2. That is the first coordinate. 3x1, x2 second coordinate, and the third coordinate is x1 square minus x2 square. Now the second coordinate, let's see what is the second coordinate. 3x1, x2, which is not a linear. Why it is not a linear? Because it has a degree 2, x1 into x2. So x1 has degree 1 and x2 has degree 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So this term has a degree 2. So W2 is not linear. Again W3 is also not linear. Only W1 is a linear. But that is not a condition, because all the coordinates should be a linear, and W2 and W3 are not linear. So this transformation is not a linear transformation. Okay. Let's see next example. Now zero transformation. Zero transformation from Rn to Rm. How we define? T of x1, x2 up to xn is equal to theta, where theta is a zero vector in Rm. Zero vector in Rm means total number of m coordinates and all the coordinates are 0. Okay. And what is clearly this is a linear transformation because all the coordinates are constant, all the coordinates are 0. Now if we take first coordinate, what is first coordinate is 0, and what is the coefficient of x1, x2 up to xn in first coordinate? All the 0. So first row is 0. Again second row become a 0. All row become a 0, and this standard matrix in form of m cross n, because our transformation from Rn to Rm. Okay. So these are some example we seen of linear transformation. Now next type of linear transformation is, first one is reflection. Okay. I don't hear figure, but let's see what is a figure of reflection. Now this is a vector xy. Okay. Now reflection about y-axis. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Reflection about y-axis means we have to image of this vector about y-axis. So image of this vector is this. We imagine that this is a mirror. Okay. So image of this vector here, and what is this vector? Minus x y. So that's why equation become T of xy is equal to minus x y, right? If reflection about x-axis, so that is here. Imagine this is a mirror. So reflection about this vector is x minus y. So that is T of xy is equal to x minus y. What is the standard matrix? Because first coordinate is minus x and the coefficient of x y of minus x is minus 1 0, again y. So coefficient of xy is 0 1 for this coordinate. So this is our standard matrix and for this transformation, what is our standard matrix? 1 0 and 0 minus 1. This is our standard matrix. Okay, so we can define with this reflection about y-axis. As I told you, t of xy is equal to minus xy, and our standard matrix is minus 1 0 0 1. I already explained how this standard matrix become. Again, reflection about x-axis, t of xy is equal to x minus y. So what is the standard matrix? Take it first coordinate x. X is the first coordinate in right side, and what is the coefficient of x and y in the first coordinate? 1 0. So that is the first row of our standard matrix, and the second row is 0 minus 1. Reflection operators defined from R2 to R2. Reflection about y is equal to x axis. Reflection about y is equal to x axis, that is mirror. Our mirror is y is equal to x line. So t of xy is equal to yx. Equation of reflection about y axis is y is equal to x axis is t of xy is equal to yx. So again, what is the first coordinate? Y, and the coefficient of xy in the first coordinate is 0 1. So which is our first row of the standard matrix. Okay, and 1 0, which is second row. We can also define reflection operator defined from R3 to R3. It's quite simple, because if reflection about xy plane, x and y coordinate are same, but only z coordinate become minus z. So t of xyz is equal to xy minus z. So standard matrix is 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 minus 1. Because first coordinate is x, so what is the coefficient of xyz? 1 0 0. Second coordinate is y. What is the coefficient of xyz in the second coordinate? 0 1 0 again, and similarly for third row become. Okay. Again, reflection about xz plane. So as I told you that x and z coordinate are same, only the y coordinate become minus y. Okay, and the standard matrix is 1 0 0 0 minus 1 0 and 0 0 1. Reflection about yz plane. So again, y and z coordinate are same, only the x coordinate become minus x. So the first coordinate is minus x. How we make standard matrix? Again, I told you that first coordinate is minus x. So the coefficient of x, y, z in minus x is minus 1 0 0. Y coordinate, second coordinate is y. So the coefficient of y is 0 1 0. Okay. Now orthogonal projection. Orthogonal projection on x axis. T of xy is equal to x 0. So the first coordinate is x. Again, I told you that first coordinate is x. Now what is the first coordinate is x? So the coefficient of xy in first coordinate is 1 0, and the second coordinate is 0. So both the coefficient is 0. Projection operators from R2 to R2. Orthogonal projection on y-axis. So orthogonal projection on y-axis. So only y arm is same, x axis become 0. So t of xy is equal to 0 y. So standard matrix is 0 0 and 0 1. Again, orthogonal projection on xy plane, because projection operators now defined from R3 to R3. So t of xyz is equal to x y 0, because it is projection on xy plane. So x and y coordinate are same, x y z coordinate become 0. So what is our standard matrix? What is our first coordinate? Again, first coordinate is x, and the coefficient of x y z in first coordinate is 1 0 0. What is our second coordinate? Second coordinate is y. So second coordinate is y, and the coefficient of xyz in second coordinate is 0 1 0. Okay, and the third coordinate is 0. So all the coefficient is 0 in standard matrix third row. Orthogonal projection on xz plane. Same here, because x and z coordinate are same, only the y coordinate become 0. So T of xyz is equal to x 0 z, and the standard matrix is 1 0 0 0 0 0 and 0 0 1. Now orthogonal projection on yz plane. T of xyz is equal to 0 y z. First coordinate is 0, so first row becomes 0 0 0. Second coordinate is y, so the coefficient of xyz in second coordinate is 0 1 0, and the third row becomes 0 0 1. Now next is a rotation. You can see in screen figure. What is a figure? There is a xy plane, xy plane. In xy plane there is a vector xy. What is xy vector? This xy vector makes angle phi with an x axis. Okay, this xy coordinate makes an angle phi with an x axis. If we rotate this vector xy with an angle theta, so the new vector become w1 and w2 with an angle theta. So what is the total angle with an x axis of this vector w1 w2? Theta plus phi. Okay, so just mind this figure. Now this is our equation. T of xy is equal to w1 w2, where x is equal to r cos phi. Why this is phi? Because it is an angle xy. This xy vector makes an angle phi with an x axis. So that's why we take T of xy is equal to w1 w2, where x is equal to r cos phi. So we normally take x is equal to r cos phi and y is equal to r sin phi. And what is w1? w1 is equal to r into cos phi plus theta. Okay, because the total angle of w1 w2 with an x axis become theta plus phi. So that's why we have to take here w1 is equal to r into cos theta plus phi. So this equal to r cos phi into cos theta minus r sin phi sin theta. This is a equation that cos, we know that cos a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So we use that equation that we all study in 11 and 12 standard. So that is r cos phi cos theta minus r sin phi sin theta. Now what is r cos phi? But r cos phi is x. So we take x into cos theta, it's become x into cos theta minus what is r sin phi is equal to y. So minus y sin theta. Okay, so w1 become x cos theta minus y sin theta, which is our first coordinate in the right side of the equation. And w2 is equal to r sin phi plus theta. So that is r sin phi cos theta plus r cos phi sin theta. And the second term is r cos phi sin theta, but r cos phi is equal to x. So that is x sin theta, which I written here first. What is the second term? R cos phi sin theta. So r cos phi, again I repeat, r cos phi sin theta, which is the second term of this equation, and r cos phi is equal to x. So x sin theta plus r sin phi is y. So y cos theta. Now how we make this standard matrix? We know that what is our first coordinate? w1 is equal to x cos theta. So what is the coefficient of x? Cos theta. And what is the coefficient of y? Minus sin theta. So which is first row of our standard matrix. Again in w2, sorry, this is w2. w2 is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta. So the coefficient of x is sin theta. Okay, and the coefficient of y is cos theta. So sin theta and cos theta become a second row of this matrix. Let's see one important theorem. The theorem tells you that if transformation T from V to W is a linear transformation, then T of theta is equal to theta, where T of theta, that theta is a 0 vector in V and the right side theta is a 0 vector in W. These both theta are not same. Okay, so the first one theta is a 0 vector in V and the second theta is a 0 vector in W. Second, we have to prove that T of minus V is equal to minus of T of V. This is true for all V belongs to vector space V. And the third one is T of V minus W is equal to T of V minus T of W. This is also true for all VW belongs to vector space V. So here is a proof. We first one prove that let V be any vector in V, vector space V. Okay, so 0 into V is equal to 0. 0 into V is equal to theta. So T of theta is equal to T of 0 into V. Now here we use the definition of linear transformation, second property. We know that T of k into V is equal to k into T of V. So again here T of 0 into V is equal to 0 into T of V. Now T of V 0 into, if we multiply any vector with 0, it's become theta. So that is equal to theta. So we prove first one, T of theta is equal to theta. Similarly we prove second one, T of minus V is equal to minus of T of V. How we prove? Let's see. T of minus V is equal to T of, we can write minus V as a minus 1 into V. It's quite simple. Minus V can be written as minus 1 into V. Again T of k into V is equal to k into T of V, that we know, that second property of linear transformation, definition of linear transformation. So minus 1 become outside. So minus 1 into T of V. So that is equal to minus of T of V. And the third one is also easy, because T of V minus W is equal to, we can write V minus W as a V plus minus 1 into W. So T of V minus W is equal to T of V plus minus 1 into W. We use first property of definition of linear transformation, that is T of U plus V is equal to T of U plus T of V. So if we use that property, that condition, here we get T of V is equal to minus 1 T of V plus minus 1 into T of W, that is equal to T of V minus T of W. So we prove all of three.